Hey YouTube, this is David with Richter Scale Studios. This is still part of part 2, I guess. We're doing the priming and painting of the new paint rack. This is my old paint rack. It's made out of hobby wood, and it does okay. It kind of got screwed up doing the trying to be a craftsman and making it with a router and carving the wood. The wood is never the size what they tell you it is. I had to sand it down to make it fit into the grooves, and some of the grooves did not measure correctly. This is going to wind up being my wash rack. Let me turn these lights on real quick, excuse me. This thing I got at some game store was on a closeout for like, I think $6 for the whole thing. It takes up too much room, and I want something on the wall where I can see everything, and those will be standing up. There'll be plenty of room. I'll start removing some of these shelves, so we'll have all the washes standing up, and you can see all the different brands and all that. And you can see I got my Freak Flex. My game colors are fine. I got some of the other Freak Flexes on the bottom. I want to move those onto the wall. And then the bottom rack will be for all my little additives and things and effects. So and this one was inspired by Savage Models. He's like a carpenter, very talented at what he does. I like the one I'm doing. It's very simple. It'll look cool when I'm painting it and put a little bit of our hobby into it. So that's it for right now. Thank you for joining me. And we'll be back to painting. Thanks. Hey, I'm back. Welcome to part 2. We're starting the painting process. I'm just using some Krylon Indoor-Outdoor Primer Ruddy Brown. So let's give it a nice little rust undercoat. And just give it a nice even coat. Nothing too difficult to do. I think next time on the next rack of this, I'm going to paint the interior before I do the shelving. It's a little bit easier to get in there. And I'm just going to get this done. Nothing too exciting, and that's it. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the first part and got some good ideas. Thanks. Hey, I'm back once again. The priming is done. It's hard to get in there, but I got it pretty much. Plus, we're going to be sponging it, and the metallic is going to be kind of blending with these the galvanized steel anyways. But the important part was getting the frame done, and we got that nice even coat on there, and it looks pretty nice. And I think I might just do an orky type of thing. I don't know. Make Mex Custom Paint Rack or Mex Custom Paints or something like that, spelled, like illiterate orcs are. We'll see how it turns out with the paint job as I continue with it. Thanks for joining me. I just got back from my local friendly dollar store. Picked up some plates. I also went to my craft store, got some paint I'm going to use for the rust effects. I couldn't find a ceramic coat in the dark brown ceramic coat, so I got dark brown Americana, got a Merlot, we got a terracotta, and a yellow. We'll use that sparingly for our rust effects. And at the dollar store, I picked up some foam brushes, and also, this is kind of a cool little find, some other kind of foam. These are for doing corners for $1 for 2 of these. And then just a standard couple house sponges. So I'm going to get this cracked open and ready to go and be back. We're going to start doing the sponge effects of the rust colors. We've got cut up some of the sponges already, so we're ready to go on that. Try some different things and different techniques. So we'll just take some of the brown. Heavier on there. This is a really kind of a fast thing to do on here. Let's use some of these other colors in here. Let's try some of this red. Kind of go over the brown areas. And we can just keep doing this in layer after layer. Then when we're done, we're going to varnish it with a satin or gloss. Haven't decided yet. Then we're going to try the hairspray technique. And really staring at this yellow. Well, I'm going to keep doing this, and let's see how far we'll get on this. Hopefully, just get this finished, and we'll hit it down with some varnish, and then we'll go from there. Thanks for joining me. Well, we're about halfway there. Let me see, get this thing tilted up real quick. That red paint I picked was a no-no, so I barely used it. I'm glad I didn't. The rest primer is red enough, and it looks like we got rusted metal. It looks pretty cool. And sponges, just use the standard household sponge, especially in an item this large. You need the bigger holes or cells. I guess that's what they're called in sponges. Gives it more detail. The other ones were just getting too dotty looking. But you can smear them out and there's lights on this side, it's terrible. You can blend them in, and it's not too bad when to fix it. And also, that brown is a savior. It always comes back and knocks all the other colors back if they're too bright. But it looks like we're going pretty good from here. So that'll be it for right now. I'm going to finish up this, then we'll go into the varnish stage. Thanks for joining me. All right, I'm back. The rust is finished. I stuck with only 3 colors. The brown primarily, orange, the yellow very sparingly, and went over the thing. The light in here is not that great. But then again, this is just an undercoat. We're going to have a metallic over it. And I don't know if I'm going to airbrush a good metallic or a cheap one. Probably try the cheap stuff first. I don't know, because I might go through, I don't know how much paint I'm going to use on this thing. And then I'm going to do the hairspray technique. I'm going to hit it with some varnish right now, and then we will go from there. Thank you for joining me.